Right there.
Is there garlic in this?
In garlic sauce? Yes.
I'm allergic to garlic.
Well, you ordered garlic sauce.
I thought it was a brand name.
Nope.
Where's my EpiPen?
In the car, I think.
Is it in the frunk?
No, there isn't a front.
Why?
I don't know.
Now you go open the door?
You got to push the handle.
Now what?
Then the door. No, that doesn't open. The door's like, just put your hands in between the door. Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Is it in the glove box?
It's in the glove box. I think so. Yeah.
How do you open the glove box? Where's the button?
Pretty obvious. Buried deep in the menus in the screen. Oh, rip.
You're watching Throttle House. I'm Thomas.
I'm James.
And this is the Cadillac LYRIQ. And yes, I'm alive. I didn't die.
Thank God.
Maybe your driveway isn't rated for the recently announced 9,000-pound electric Escalade, or perhaps the rather excellent Ioniq 5 is too small, or the Audi Q8 e-tron is too pricey, or maybe Elon changing Twitter to X was one step too far for you, and a Tesla is off the table. If so, then the new Cadillac LYRIQ might be the EV you've been looking for. However, these days, even American premium comes at a premium, because a Cadillac LYRIQ outfitted like this one will run you over $80,000 Canadian. That's not pocket change. And with so many other great EV SUV options out there, it's time for the LYRIQ to face judgment.
And if you're new to Throttle House, we do car reviews, track tests, and quite a lot of messing about. So subscribe, hit the bell.
Wait, don't judge it yet. Nah. Light show. Oh, and then down.
Yeah, okay.
And then it fills up for
You know what?
pinball.
I think it looks good.
It's got a real Cheesecake Factory rolling up looking premium vibe. I like it.
What does that mean?
You know exactly what it means.
I know exactly what it means, but I was asking for the benefit of the audience.
I think it looks great. I think Cadillac's styling language is excellent. I loved it on the CT4s, the CT5.
Yes.
It looks like Bruce Wayne's vehicles. They're very Batman. They're very Batman.
You know, it's called the art and science design language. From back
is
in the
it?
day, yeah, from the Matrix. You know when they first went away from like the weird rounded thing, and then they got the angular. This is like the latest evolution.
I think it ages pretty well.
No, I think this is a great looking vehicle, and I really like that it has a fake grille. That's a weird sentence, but I'm just kind of over EVs that have like a little snub nose that have no grille at all.
I don't
I think
mind.
it looks normal, looks approachable,
Right.
right?
Right.
It's approachable until you get to the doors
But
and have to open them.
EVs, yeah, we've played with that.
I died.
He did die.
Yeah.
EVs are doing that thing where like the first cars looked like the carriage that were horses like dragged.
Yes.
So you can get used to the idea.
Yes.
I think this is going to be that weird adolescence where
You might be
we
right.
still need a grille to feel normal, and I think that will change.
Okay, well, anyway, I think that this is a luxurious looking car. The box ticked,
Yeah.
right? But we should probably drive it because this particular one is expensive.
price. Yeah, they're pricey now.
right?
Yeah.
And you can get an Ioniq 5 for a lot less.
Or an EV6.
Or an
a
EV6.
Mach-E.
Or a Mach-E.
But you're paying more for an iX.
You couldn't pay me to drive an iX.
It just, you just have to bird
sure.
box it. Blindfold, you and Sandra Bullock.
Yes, exactly.
This doesn't require that.
Okay,
This
what
is
do I
good
actually do
looking.
again? So I push,
You push,
and then
you pull.
Okay. That's dumb. All right. Does it drive like a luxury car?
It does drive like a luxury car.
Does it? Does it?
It makes nice noises. It's
Okay.
got smooth power delivery. Can a luxury car handle a corner? No, not really.
No, well, not this one.
No. Right? Luxury. You die.
Does it have the
Happy.
feature that cleans the poo off the seat?
Just don't get the white leather.
Just-
So we got 340 horsepower. This is the rear-wheel drive version. There is
Yes.
an all-wheel drive version that's coming with 500 horsepower, and it's not that much more money. So
I don't know if this needs that much more power
More
for
power.
what it is.
I want more power.
I know you want more power.
absolute power corrupts absolutely, and I want more. Corrupt me.
Corrupt me, baby. Can you put your foot down, please? That's fine.
It's lovely. It's smooth.
fine.
It's very well calibrated.
It is very well calibrated.
Yeah.
Like in terms of all of the SUV EVs on sale,
Right.
I think this is one of the most intuitive calibrations on the throttle pedal that I've
Yeah,
driven.
like I'm in one pedal braking right now, one
Yep.
pedal driving. So I come off the pedal completely.
It's not
brings
too
it-
aggressive.
It brings us right to a stop,
Yeah,
but just
right to-
before that, release.
It
No-
really,
no
yeah.
release.
It doesn't bring you to a hard stop.
Just the way you want your luxury chauffeur to do.
Excellent. Absolutely excellent
And back into the
calibration.
power.
No, I like it. And you can't like snap your passengers' necks. Like stop on the throttle, go. That's it.
It's fine.
It's smooth.
This is sport
everything.
mode.
This is sport
This
mode.
is
yeah.
sport mode, yeah. The range doesn't actually suffer that much if you get the all-wheel drive. So this rear-wheel drive one does just over 500 kilometers, like 505 where it
That's
is.
pretty good.
No, it's fine.
That's
it's good.
pretty good.
And then the all-wheel drive does just under. It's like 496 or something like that. So
Right.
it's like barely any difference. Clean.
Okay. Overall, the experience of sitting in here and driving down the road is nice. It's luxurious. But if I was going to pick nits, I would. You can say it like that. Didn't you know?
You did.
I did. I would say that the ride isn't quite good enough for a luxury car.
That needs some explanation because
Yes.
for us, when we look to GM in most of the other classes of car, from the CT4s to the Escalades, have pretty much redefined suspension.
Because of MagnaRide.
MagnaRide, and it is so excellent. And even in the Corvette, the new Corvette,
That's brilliant.
it is brilliant. It keeps things supple and yet maintains compliancy and control in a way that very few, even the top-end cars, are doing. And this, on the new Ultium platform, doesn't have MagnaRide.
Don't throw marketing words at me. What you just said was that they've made a brand new platform for their EV.
Avengers Age of Ultium.
Yeah, and it doesn't. It probably would have cost like billions to make to put MagnaRide in something that goes.
Well, this is the same platform as the Hummer EV and the Silverado EV, but we've tried the Hummer EV, and
Yeah.
that thing was just excellent and amazing.
Well, it's excellent because of ridiculousness.
Yes. So the ride in this, when Thomas says that it's not good, it's overly plush.
Yeah.
It's not as. We've driven the same road in the new Lexus LX 600.
Yes.
And that thing was real soft.
Yeah, that was like trying to run through a ball pit
Yes.
wearing those 90s moon
This
shoes.
is much sharper than that. But if you're looking at this as an alternative to like Ioniq 5, Kia EV6 GT, Mach-E, Mustang, they are all sharper cars, but they're not as large.
No, they're not as large. But this, speaking of large, this is large.
It's large, almost 6,000
It's a fat
pounds.
boy. It really is big.
That's
Yeah.
a huge weight. You
It-
can't fight 6,000 pounds.
And unfortunately, the result of that, without the MagnaRide, is that we're kind of constantly being tossed side to side.
Yeah, a
It
little
just
bit.
kind of like as the
Little
car
bit.
drops into the dips, the mass just goes with it,
Yeah.
right? And we stay stationary, so we're just getting
Like a bowl of jelly.
like yeah.
But it's a great cruiser on the highway. We've got Super Cruise.
Yep, that
it's
works.
actually very quiet. This is 100 kilometers an hour.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
It is pretty good,
You know, and
honestly.
it does generate its own EV sound, but it's not, you know, overly intrusive. Yeah, see the corner, this corner...
You're going in way too fast right now, actually. It's not...
In a marquee, you would do that with a lot more confidence. But, yeah, in this...
You got... Jesus.
It's quite fun though.
Yeah.
The steering's very light. It does weight up just enough, but
This thing's like a rolling physics lesson in inertia.
all the inputs are very much luxury inputs. From the brake calibration to the acceleration to
Doesn't
the
have
steering.
rear wheel steer though.
It doesn't have rear wheel steer.
My issues with this car are not as much in the way that it drives. It's more to do in kind of the rest of the usability.
And quality.
Yeah. Okay.
Luxury.
There's a few things, but you know, no, it's 80 grand. It's a lot of money.
It's a lot, but I think the profile looks great.
The profile does actually.
It looks
look very good.
futuristic.
It
and
does.
they haven't been super boring. You can get it in blue and red and other things, mostly silvers and blacks, but
Okay.
blue and red.
It is Cadillac.
22-inch wheels.
I do like the 22-inch wheels.
That's what people sing about. That's why it's called the LYRIQ.
Did you just make that up?
No, that's what it's actually, that's the thing.
Are you serious?
I read somewhere of questionable source
Okay.
that the reason it has this name is because it's the most mentioned brand in music. Not just car brand.
Really?
So it's the LYRIQ.
Interesting. Okay.
It's not called the Frunk, I will admit. Yeah, we did touch on this earlier briefly.
Yeah. Well, in North America, we've got the on. What are you doing?
Sorry, you were doing the whole thing.
We've got the onboard fast charging, which takes up the space. In China, there is a bit of a frunk.
To be fair, this is enough room. They could have done the EV6 Ioniq 5
Yeah, they could have done a little
frunk
like
for
dippy
the-
thing.
but they
in there.
didn't because they know that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because the frunk in those cars, you can fit
You
a
know
piece
what
of
is
paper.
ridiculous, James, is that when they've made a ground-up EV platform,
They're not the first.
they have somehow not put a frunk in it.
They're not the first to do that. They won't be the last.
At least that's where you keep your firemen.
The fireman, the little fireman in there.
Yeah.
They have done a sizable trunk,
Yeah.
which I've messed up already.
How have you done that?
There we go.
Okay. Yeah.
Ta-da! You can push the seats down with these.
Yes, you can. And underneath here is some extra storage in my charging cable. I don't mind. Yeah, I don't mind the functionality of this. I think it's got quite a lot of space. It is a little bit low, I will say that. Stop squeaking my Cadillac. It's the door handles that I just can't get on with. I just don't understand. Like this one, for example. This is where the kids would get in, right?
Right.
You push that, it opens up, and in order to open it, there's no handle here for some
No.
reason. You have to put your fingers in here.
Yeah, and then the bar that's holding it open releases. But if you don't open it a bit, it doesn't, as much force as you give it, it doesn't close.
Oh, I see. So what they've done is they have
a safety-
engineered a safety piece that comes out right there that
Right.
blocks the door from closing until you open it, then you can close it.
Yeah, so if a kid runs up and tries to...
Right.
You
Oh,
can't- you can't get
that's they fixed the problem.
Right, yeah.
You know what would have worked better?
It's door handle.
Is a door handle.
Door handle.
A door handle would have worked better. Anyway,
But what difference does that make if once you're inside, you're in a lap of luxury?
okay.
All right, no soft close.
Yeah, it's weird because the doors are very powered in like 18 different ways.
Yes,
So
yeah.
it's a strange choice. Anyway, it's nice in here.
Very nice.
Yeah,
Visually,
well,
visually,
very strong. We'll get to that, but
visually.
visually
Very
very
pleasing,
nice.
yeah.
And comfortably in terms of where I sit.
I think the leathers feel nice. I
Yep.
think we're greeted with a 33-inch screen, which you said was the...
I think it's the longest continuous screen in a car. The Escalade is a bigger like
right. Yeah, because
bezel.
the Escalade gets 38 inches.
Yeah, but it's more than one screen.
So this is 33.
This is one screen.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
It's like when you go to the sports bars and they have the giant TVs, but it's 18 TVs stacked together.
That's exactly right.
Right,
That's what the
right.
Escalade. Yeah, this is like the big home theater that you spend all
Well,
your money on.
speaking of home theatre, this gets the AKG sound system.
Yeah.
Not quite as many speakers as the Escalade either, but
No.
it's good. It's bassy. It's like badass. If you want to feel
Okay.
cool,
Okay.
it's cool.
Well, that mission accomplished. You're in a
Yeah.
Cadillac.
And
right?
you can feel cool because we've got a bunch of buttons on the side, ventilated seats, heated seats, massaging seats.
Yep. It's got all the stuff. Listen, it's got the features. You do have to pay for them, though.
Yes, you do.
Right?
Yes, you do.
Well, anyway, in Canada in 2024, to get all these features is in the 80s,
It's in the 80s.
right?
Yeah.
That's a lot of money. It is a lot of money.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
But I mean, there are some good things. Like huge back seats,
Very comfortable.
right?
Big moonroof.
Big moonroof. I like it. I like the usability of it, with the exception of the fact that far too many things are in the screens. And the reason for that, like the glove box, I was almost killed.
You were almost killed.
Yes.
Because you do have to go into the menus
the
to press
menu.
it. And even the execution of CarPlay here,
It's weird.
it looks accidental.
It's so awkward looking.
Yeah,
why
but
not make it 10% shorter and then use this section of the screen for some other Cadillac
But
stuff,
Google
right?
Maps fills the screen.
Google Maps does fill the screen.
No, we're not talking to Google.
No,
Fills the screen,
Google.
Map, no.
Sorry, I don't understand.
That was actually pretty good listening, though.
Oh, Google's top notch.
That's better than Hey Mercedes.
Yeah, don't get me wrong.
Which is weird, because in some ways you feel like you could say Hey Mercedes in this.
Yeah.
Because it's got
Oh.
some of the Mercedes
Oh, you're gonna go right to that,
creaks. Well, I felt it in
Okay.
the back there as well, outside.
Yeah, yeah. Well, at the very least, this is crap. this is not. Feels horrible.
I kind of wish it felt more solid.
And
Even
look
these
at this.
buttons to press.
Look at
Press that
this.
button.
Look at that.
Yeah, it's
What's-
not particularly
Why?
satisfying.
Why was that? No. I mean,
American Premium.
yes, as you said, Cheesecake Factory.
Cheesecake Factory.
It all makes sense.
I love the Cheesecake Factory. It's just the time and a place.
There's a town and place, you know. Yeah, you know what? But I go to Cheesecake Factory for dessert, and dessert is a black wing.
No one goes to Cheesecake Factory for dessert. You go there because at one
I've
point you
never
want to have
been. I
cheesecake,
don't know.
then you eat too much, you see the calories on the menu, and then you never get the cheesecake. Obviously, you've never been to the Cheesecake Factory.
I don't know.
No, it's a lovely place to be for the most part. Just don't press on anything too hard. If you can get over the doors.
Just don't sit in it or use it.
No, cruising, sound system, you've got Super Cruise going on.
Yeah. Listen, it's not. If you were going to get an equivalent BMW SUV, like would probably be an X5.
Yeah, the X5 starts at like 89.
Yeah, in
This
Canada.
is fully trimmed.
Right?
In the mid 80s.
This is an expensive SUV, but at the same time, I feel like it's priced accordingly, and I'll let them get away with some of this stuff, assuming it doesn't break.
I think.
Right? If it doesn't break, let's fine. You deal with the creakiness. 'Cause
Yeah.
Whatever.
But it's not much of a premium for the all-wheel drive when it comes, and that gets more power and an all-wheel drive system.
Right.
So once you start doing that, then I think it makes a lot of sense.
That makes more sense. That
Because
way, yeah.
otherwise, a fully trimmed Ioniq 5 for 57, which also has ample, passenger space
Yep.
and the tech,
Yep.
even though it's not visually as nice. I don't know. It's starting to get warmer. The EV space is starting to get more palatable and come out with good stuff.
Yes, I agree. Well, there's more options anyway. A little while ago, there was only a Tesla and one other thing,
Yes,
right?
and the Polestar 2.
Yeah,
That was like
exactly.
it.
Yeah, that's
which
all-
also
that's all
has
it is.
improved.
Yes, it has.
Yes.
No, I want to see these come way down in price. I think that this thing would have been better off not being a Cadillac, being 10 or 15 grand cheaper, being a Chevy or something.
Yeah.
Right? Make it a little bit smaller, a little bit less fancy, get rid of the lights on the front, save money elsewhere.
Thomas is saying
Put a friggin' glove box button in.
Thomas is saying get a Marquee.
Oh yeah.
Mustang
Marquee.
Marquee, rear-wheel drive, similar range.
I would do that over this, no
And
question.
it's 70 grand.
Yeah.
You do a no question?
Yeah.
Some question.
No
But
question.
no, we have to leave some
no,
question.
there's no question.
No, because then there's a conclusion moment of.
Okay,
ooh.
fine. There's some question voiceover.
So there is some question, and that question is, what color Mach-E would you get?
No, come on, Thomas. The Lyriq does many things better than the Marquis. But in this brave new world, where buying the fancier car doesn't mean you get a bigger, more special, more powerful engine, $80,000 luxury EV SUVs must get the luxury part right to be competitive. And visually, and by the features, the Lyriq succeeds here. But in the case of the Lyriq, the needle swings just a little bit more in the direction of flair rather than quality. Thanks for watching.